Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.
Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. There it is. There it is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another phenomenal episode of My Momma Told Me,
the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove the theories that you, the listeners, have at home. It's a motherfucking mini episode.
Come on. Bang, poom, pow. Have you ever called vagina poom?
No, I don't like that one. I'll be honest with you.
There is a version of, this is a fair question to just get out. Do you have like your super version in your head of you, right?
Of course, yeah.
Mine speaks with a patois.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
Whoa. A Jamaican patois?
It's like a mix of Baloo the Bear and Lennox from Belly.
It's got a jazzy rhythm.
Yeah. Like one of those mesh green and yellow tank tops, but it's cool.
Yeah, but this is high quality. This ain't just a side of the road tank top there.
But also you can see his toes, and they're not fucked up.
Right. Yeah, I think, I get that. I don't think I've ever changed my voice inside of my, super version of me, but there is a dude with his shirt open more often than I would ever be in my real life. You know what I mean? He's just walking around, and he leaves the house like that. He don't give a fuck.
I do respect the freedom of those men.
I really admire them.
And when I was younger, I used to think it was an in-shape thing. But as you get older, no, it's just a spirit. It's a mentality thing.
It's a mentality thing. It's a way that you carry yourself. It truly is like you looked in the mirror and you were like, this is good. And it doesn't matter if the rest of the world thought so.
It's so interesting to just flirt with a shirt like that, where it's like, is this on? Is it off? Because like you don't ever go anywhere with your shirt off, right?
I try my best not to, no.
Yeah, like I've had friends like that where we just go to the store and he'll have his shirt off, and you're like,
yeah,
wow, the freedom.
There was like probably a year or two in high school where I could have like played ball and walked home in a tank top.
Yeah,
but no way was I just putting that on as an outfit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, boom, I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Tank top outfit guy. That guy was fucking.
He had it, baby. He had it.
He still got it, probably. A little bit.
Not what I want, but he got it.
I love it when you see a big guy out in just a tank top.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Man, you don't even. I saw a big guy in a tank top at the airport yesterday in Dallas.
Flying tank top.
Bro, flying tank top.
It's cold up there.
Big.
Like, I'll be good.
Shoulders out. Who cares?
This don't mean nothing.
Nah, it was beautiful. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No, it's not. We got an email from a person, JS. JS sent us an email simply titled, the subject line is clear, My Conspiracy.
Which also maybe should have given more for what the body of this email was.
Yeah, you got to forewarn us a little bit. This very generic My Conspiracy does not service what ultimately is your conspiracy. But I'll read it and we'll let our listeners decide if maybe you owe us an apology. JS said, David and Langston, greetings and salutations. Okay, very formal. Huge fan of the podcast. Keep up the great work, fellas. My conspiracy. There's a big space. My conspiracy. They say black men that date and or are into white women are typically considered or perceived as homosexual, bisexual, or queer. Being a Being a closeted homosexual from the mid-90s until 2000, I would openly and fraudulently profess my love for white women at that time.
That is so funny.
That's crazy. Whoa, that's crazy. That's nuts. Because, and I know why you're laughing, because up until this point, when this has come up on the podcast, and you'd be surprised, it actually has come up on the podcast, it has always been accusatory. It has always been like any black man who's pretending to like white women is a homosexual as a way of shaming them. But you're saying, no. I speak from personal experience.
It's funny too, because unless you were super good at it, I feel like there were people in your life who knew, and that's the funniest. Like, Andre, he pretends like he only fucks white girls, but you know that nigga gay, right? he's like, I just love.
He got a taste for pink toes, if you know what I mean.
No, I just love the buddies. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue. This is great.
No, JS, this is so funny that you feel this way. I openly professed my love for white women at the time, doting on the Christina Aguileras and Jessica Simpsons of that world. Pretty solid choices of the early 2000s. I'll say that.
Yeah.
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 Cut to me now, being an out and proud homosexual at 41 and seeing over the last 20 years that black dudes into or married to white women always seem suspect or quote unquote sassy. Okay, bye.
This one is so funny. It's funny because it's, even though it's coming from the other side of the fence, he's still like, them niggas gay. And that's hilarious. So funny.
He's still like, I see you, bitch. I know.
I have so many questions within this, first of all, because, like, did he know that was his cover, or did he think he liked it?
It sounds like yes. It sounds like he very much knew that by choosing white women, he was somehow... And I'd be curious. I guess this is the hard part that I wish he would have answered inside of this, of what does white woman allow them to think they're pulling as a trick? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't it be black women or Spanish women or whatever it is that would be the alternative?
Well, the only thing I think about initially, my feelings about this is maybe he was in a situation where there weren't a lot of white women around. So it was easy for him to be like, no, my girlfriend goes to a different school.
Oh.
You know,
it's easy to fantasize about something that isn't there because nobody's ever going to hold you accountable for that fantasy.
Exactly.
Right. The other part of this that it comes to mind for me is that white women become almost a smokescreen for what could be a bigger problem. That, like, if you are a black person living with a black mother, very often they'd prefer you not date a white woman.
Right.
That's, I think, generally not the goal that every black mom sets out for. At least in my experience. Maybe some of y'all are far more progressive than I've experienced myself, and I apologize if that's the case, but that has not been my journey. Is a black mother cheering for her son to date a white woman. And so that said, if you say you like white women, it's almost like throwing a fucking smoke bomb in the middle of what otherwise would be somebody spotting what you're really into.
Right. That being said, I wonder, because this does feel to me like I just known too many guys who were straight up into white women that are not gay. They just fuck a bunch of white women that I don't feel, you know what I mean? I don't feel like, at least for what I've seen in my life, I don't see it. I don't see it for this sexual thing. I think people who feel alienated racially and things like that more to me seems like the case.
I will say that I think the accusatory part of it often comes from the level of accepting femininity as part of the courting process or the dating process, right? That part of the argument that black men date white women is because white women are going to accept you not being a certain version of like masculine that is
Right.
expected of like black men with black women.
Right.
Whereas like a white woman, you can be kind of like, as this person puts it, sassy, and white women are not going to like accuse you of being gay or off or whatever it is.
Yeah, that sassy thing, we gotta relax, man. I always think about talking to Jack about it specifically when he'd be like, I just had a single mom. It was women, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, all you single mom boys always get real upset at the at the sassy thing.
Because it's like
it's funny how that always happens, that y'all are like, we gotta chill out with the sassy.
That's fair. That is true, because I do get like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Olivia sent us something where she said that in the rise and fall of gay culture, Daniel Harris suggests that at the very heart of gay diva worship is not the diva herself, but the almost universal homosexual experience of ostracism and insecurity. Whoa. Wow. If you want to talk about diva worship. So in some ways, it is sort of like an expression of one's sort of like, I guess, ostracization to some extent, right? Like that by you are able to fully isolate yourself from all parts of you in order to find some escape for your homosexuality.
That is really interesting to me. I mean, my man said Christina Aguilera, who I get the diva thing. He said Jessica Simpson. I don't know if that's a diva. I can think of two reasons why people were really into...
I'll say this. I think Jessica Simpson in the late 90s, early 2000s was a very different conversation than Jessica Simpson now. She had a run after the chicken of the sea moment that like really had her like at the top of the tops kind of moment. And then we sobered up real fast after a few years.
That's true. I do wonder with this though, also it's like, I guess I wonder what's the idea of the mentality behind this? If this is the case that people who are secretly closeted are attracted to white women, what is sort of the why?
Well, I think if we're talking about what you said about sort of like, well, specifically about the sort of like positioning of it all, it sort of allows people to believe in a fiction that they don't ever need you to prove. Do you know what I mean? That like, in some ways you are never going to be challenged, or at least are not asked to be as invested in proving your commitment to the white community as you would to a black woman in your own life, or even, you know, another person of color in your own life.
Fair. It's
like if it doesn't work out with a white lady, it just didn't work out with a white lady. But if it doesn't work out with a black lady, you gotta apologize to her cousins.
Right. Because they will beat you.
It's just like it's like too close of a community, and it causes problems and shit.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I've always thought that, like, I think the relationship, whatever it is between black men and white women, is like the definition of America. Just how odd and strained those relationships are is like, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it reminds me of, what's his name? Tim Scott. Senator Tim Scott, black dude who ran for president, a Republican this year, arguably top 5 coon, dead or alive, I would say. He has quite infamously been engaged to a white woman for some time. I believe they just got married, but was engaged for a long time. And people have forever speculated that this is just a beard of a woman sort of allowing him to run for president and sort of position himself as this right-wing figurehead, despite his deeply, deeply homosexual intentions.
That's so funny to me too, because it's like, if I was looking for some, no, oh, sorry. Sometimes I say things.
I didn't know what you were going to say, but I'm excited to hear it now.
This is not fair. I just mean, if you were looking for someone to trust and hold you down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a white lady. That's a fickle sort over there.
You're saying that a white lady is not the most certain of a partner to invest in.
I'm saying I don't have the most trust in them. I wish I didn't steeple after that.
I think historically that can be true, even if it isn't the choice that people make, right? Like, both of those things can be real. That is both true, that white women are not necessarily the ones that we should be putting our most like certain faith in to hold us down and not tattle on us, while simultaneously saying that doesn't keep people from trying the same trick every single time.
Also, this is a side note. I want you guys to know that Olivia sent a picture of Tim Scott's wife to our group chat and then said, wife looks ... fine.
Yeah, she's no sex symbol like Tim Scott.
She's no Jessica Simpson.
Tim Scott looks like the bad nigga in that Tyler Perry movie, or in Diary of a Mad Black Woman, but like if he just fully went all the way to the other side. You know what I mean?
I feel like he's just got a lot of upper gum, and that makes people not trust you very much as a man.
He'll bite the shit out of you and have room to spare. You know what I mean? It's not even touching the whole tooth.
It's a lot. I don't know why, but people don't like it when you got the upper gum as a man. It's a tough road.
It's not a good look, and it's not a trustworthy look, I would say. It doesn't lead me to believe you more.
I like it when people have a lot of gums.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think it's a charming look. All right, relax. I think it looks nice. I like gap tooth, and I like a lot of gums.
What? No, but tell me more. So you like a lot of gums. What does that function? Because a lot of what we're attracted to tends to have like a function, right? That like we like nice teeth because it sort of implies a health, a care for somebody. Even the gap tooth I can make sense of because you put something in there. But
no, don't do that. See, I feel like Dre said that, and we were all talking. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's putting their dick between the gap. That's crazy.
I know what you're into, David Boy.
No, do you want to know the truth?
Yeah, what is the truth?
I feel like physically, I have always felt very far in the extreme, and I feel like it leads me to not trust people who look more generic looking, and that I have found that I am more attracted to things that are further outside of the norm. And I think that a lot of gums, I think gap tooth and things like that, are that because I feel like I identify with those people on site.
I got you.
Truly.
You're like, no, I've built a community over here. I'm not about
it's not even that I've built a community. It's just like I think I tend to find that more trustworthy. I don't like trust just like a conventionally like hot person.
That's fair. I rarely trust that they're gonna be they're gonna keep being nice to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, even if we have like a good interaction, I don't presume that it'll stay that way.
I go so far as to like I have to check myself on it. Like sometimes
you're like immediately standoffish with them.
Yeah, why am I being cold and rude, which is not my personality type, to somebody who's just like attractive? That's not like super fair.
Damn. Good for you for being able to identify that in yourself, though.
Well, you know what? I think the thing, though, ultimately is that it's really like an ego thing. Like, it's like, because I felt like I was outside of that. I think I'm great. So I am drawn to that as a thing of greatness. So it's really not like an equality thing. It's just that my views don't align with societal norms is all.
I got you.
But it's still this coming from the same bad place. Ugly people could be bad too.
I think historically,
all right,
some of our worst have been pretty ugly.
I think that there's no through line on it.
Yeah, well, here's what I'll say. And this is actually, I think this is going to be a bold take. I don't know how you're going to feel about it.
Let's go.
I think that hot, evil people are limited quickly because of how quickly people become suspicious of them. So you can get high. It's not that I'm saying you can't reach a certain status, but I think that status has a cap on it after a while because people go like, I don't like whatever's happening over there. I don't trust it. But ugly people can kind of maneuver longer because people are like, what's this ugly motherfucker gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, it's Elon, it's Bill Gates, it's all these people who sort of reach like truly like crazy evil planner status because everybody just kept thinking they were a dweeb that didn't look like shit.
I think that level of ugly you can do something with. I don't think you can do much if you're butt ugly.
Oh, fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ugly as hell, normal looking to a little bit below normal looking, you could bust some moves. You don't see a lot of people who are butt ugly and they're successful are usually talented as fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
Because nobody wants to, because you still have to have some level of being a leader.
Yeah, Beetlejuice can't be president. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how much like, if he really started nailing his policies, you know what I mean? And we're like, yo, Beetlejuice might be the difference maker in America. This might truly turn things around. We still wouldn't vote for him.
I don't think you can really be unattractive and be president.
Donald Trump.
He is not butt ugly. He's a tall guy. You know what I mean? I don't think he's butt ugly.
I think I want to be clear that I feel this way not simply because I don't align in any way with its politics. This is not a political question. I think that is a very, very ugly man.
Hold on, I gotta play.
I think you are doing a disservice by suggesting that is not a ghoul of a human being. There's no version of him that's like cool to look at. And I know that historically what white people tried to do was they tried to tell us he was handsome when he was younger. And that, like, if you look at those old pictures of him, he was like a better looking guy. And they're wrong. He was ugly then. He's uglier now. He was born ugly. His mom and dad were ugly.
He's the ugliest president.
Ugly.
He's the ugliest president of our life. But we've had some sexy presidents.
We've had some sexy presidents.
Had a run, boy.
Clinton was sexy.
Clinton, George Bush, not my guy. Hot guy.
No, but he was in good shape and like kind of had a swag about him for white people. Like I get what they could have been into with a George W.
Come on, Barry O. We all got even.
You mean that nigga in hoop shorts?
Come on, my man in the beige suit.
He didn't even wear hoop shorts. Barack used to hoop in
sweatpants.
It made me so mad every time I saw those pictures.
It was weird because you're like, you couldn't throw on like a armband,
bro. Be cool. Like, just be cool.
Do something cool, man. You're the president.
You know how to be cool.
Or at least, because I feel like he hooped in like bad Adidas.
Yeah.
Like T-Mac 2s. You remember that?
Those were actually my favorite shoes growing up. I'm
The
not
T-Mac
even gonna lie
2s?
to you.
Really?
Every year got the new T-Max. I was like, this motherfucker's onto something. A shoe on a slant? Yes, please.
The only Adidas I ever liked was those old Kobe's, the Crazy 8s. You remember those?
Yeah, of course.
Look like an electric shaver. I was trying to buy some of those the other day. I feel like we've gone far away from what we were talking about initially.
But I think to your point, and maybe we're in agreement about this, that there are probably caps to the potential of your attractiveness in general, and some of it opens up things, some of it closes things, but more importantly, we both know people who just like white women, and it's not like a secret code for anything. They just are into that shit.
Yeah.
That said,
quite frankly, I know a lot of dudes who is like pathological.
no, I don't. I say that not describing them as anybody I admire.
Right.
I think I certainly have no issue with you falling in love with a white woman. The world is dense and complicated, and you should find love however you find it. I'm not interested in policing love and relationships that way. But if you have any version of an obsession over the color of a type of person, then you gotta chill, bro.
It does seem weird. It's also like, I don't know. I personally think it's weird to have a type in general. Like,
yeah.
it's kind of
You can have something in the back of your head, but once it starts becoming something we can all see, it gets real uncomfortable.
Right. And it's also like, you never been surprised? You never been surprised by one where you're like, oh, wow, okay.
Come on, man. What's the that white teacher on Abbott Elementary?
Oh, do you like old ladies?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, probably.
No, because I kind of do some. I'm into that too sometimes. Because I whenever it comes up, you're always like, okay. Here's what I like about you. How I know you're open minded is my whatever is born of insecurity, perceived or otherwise. You are a pretty classically looking guy, and you're still like Kim Whitley. Yes.
Yeah,
Old lady on Abbott. Yes.
Come on.
You don't even have to be over here with that.
Fine.
She is fine as hell. All the old ladies on Abbott are fine though. The other two, the one,
of course.
The one
Shirley
from
Ralph,
Moesha. Oof, my goodness.
So bad.
But like my favorite one you ever went with is when you agreed that the security guard on the Wayans brothers. That was a really
D. Come on, man.
She had it, boy.
She was so fine.
That one really, that was yeah. And they tried to play her down, and she still couldn't.
Every episode, they'd be like, "D, your ugly ass," and be like, "What are y'all looking at?"
Yeah.
You could not be talking to this gorgeous woman.
They be making fun of her for having big ass titties. Whoa, this
is fucking nuts.
This episode really went off the rails. I think it says a lot about us.
It does. That's our fault. That's not on you, JS.
No,
but to your theory, I think there probably are some truth, maybe like a lot of conspiracies, some truth and some lie inside of it, right? That at the end of the day, it does, I think, if we're following our train of thoughts, it does seem like there are some easier reasons to pick a white woman as your beard versus a black or brown person. That said, it doesn't mean that that's the only reason you could be into white women.
Also, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you are hilarious.
Yeah, you're very funny.
Very funny guy. And the fact that you got to where you were getting to and were willing to admit, you're a great guy. Great guy.
And I hope you're fucking black men now. I hope you didn't. I
hope you're fucking. I hope you didn't
pretend with white women and then make a lateral move to white men.
I hope that he's. I hope it's all the color. I hope you paint with all the colors of the rainbow.
All right, we did.
I hope
you want to tell the people.
I hope you're cuddled up somewhere with a Pakistani dude right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's a nice way to leave this episode, I think. You want to tell the people where they can find you and what cool shit you have going on?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. Got some dates coming up, but I don't see them on my phone right now. Also, go to patreon.com /David Borie, GBORIE. Go purchase my special Birth of a Nation with the G. It's very funny. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. The Patreon has all kinds of videos. We have like 50 videos now. We got interviews with Langston. We have interviews with Olivia. It's so much fun. We're having a great time.
Hell yeah. And as always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms, and you can watch my special Bad Poetry. It's on Netflix now. And more importantly, if you would like to see us, we are going on tour. It is the Start the Steel tour. We are going to be running all the way from mid-October until December. We're hitting cities like Detroit, Chicago, LA, Atlanta, Houston, Austin, Dallas, Brooklyn, Somerville, Massachusetts is the one I'm talking about, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Seattle. There may be some additional dates added, but if you want to find out more, if you want to be at one of those shows, God damn it, go to the link tree, follow us. You'll hear more about them as they develop. And as always, if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us what dating Asian women says about your secret queer attitude, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. That's it. Like, subscribe, rate, review. Rah rah, sis goomba. Bye, bitch.
I'm a very good bad boy. I'm a very good bad boy.
Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.